Here comes Her Excellency Samira Bawumia, Chair and Founder, AFRIWOCC.
I have a specific message for you. Keep pushing, keep innovating, and keep leading. The future of the continent is in your hands, and we're here to support you.
50% of forest degradation in sub-Saharan Africa, and is a leading source of black carbon emission and short-lived pollutants that warm the planet 100 times more powerfully than CO2. Therefore, by accelerating Africa's clean cooking transition, we can protect our forests, cut climate pollutants, and position Africa as a global leader in climate action, delivering impact far beyond our continent. Global platforms, including at COP28 in Dubai, we have championed initiatives such as clean cooking in schools to protect our children and model sustainable practices. As a global champion for the Clean Cooking Alliance, I have consistently called for stronger financing, deeper partnerships, and practical innovation to accelerate this transition. Africa's population is the youngest in the world, with a median age of just 19 years. These young people are not only our future leaders, but are today's change agents. Studies show that children
still have to strengthen our relationship with government. I believe we have to do evidence-based advocacy, where we come to the table with evidence, communicating to government that this is a very key sector. Women and children are dying. We need to push more money there. So for that political role to happen, government will have to do the advocacy. We also have to do the policy implements at that national level. And we also have to make sure that we don't just do policy, but the policy should go with implementation. So we'll strengthen our partnership there. As for the carbon market is also helping us.
Messi.
Okay.
Here comes Her Excellency Samira Bawumia, Chair and Founder, AFRIWOCC. For us with the sweat, blood and all of our forefathers. This is Ghana, and this is the Africa Women. Excellencies, Ministers of State, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished delegates, virtual participants, stakeholders, partners, sponsors, we bring you day 2 of AFRIWOCC, the conference that amplifies the voices of women and children in the climate crisis and pushes for meaningful actions. We've had our recap of day 1 brought to us by Sandra Page.
Household air pollution, cutting carbon emissions, and freeing women and girls from hours spent collecting. Let us therefore use this conference to advocate for enabling policies and greater investment in climate finance decisions. Together, we can ensure that African women and youth are not just participants, but are leaders of building a sustainable. I have a specific message for you. Keep pushing, keep innovating, and keep leading. The future of the continent is in your hands, and we're here to support you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to join you at this important event, a platform that celebrates the strength, creativity, and leadership of Africa's youth and women. Your presence here today reflects our shared commitment to building a more inclusive, the government of the Republic of Ghana and the organizers of this event, African Women and Children Conference, for inviting me. We meet under a powerful and purposeful theme, and that is, this conference could not be more timely. Africa stands.
This is not one man's cry. This is mother's call. And we show up to answer. Now, if you can hear me, if technology will fail us, our heartbeats will keep going on. That we gather at the center of this place where the Creator puts his feet. Why in the beginning he said, "Let there be light," and there was water. People we have gathered to share some dew and take back home to soothe ourselves. You see this. I often hear we have future leaders. The future leaders are seated in the back. It is no mistake. It is no opportunity to look down on you. It simply says, "Dear future leader, the future is younger than you. Train him the way to go. When he grows up and you are older, he knows to treat you with some respect." And so, future leaders, it is high time we have some young voices speak up. Even in the council of the elders, a child knows something. So Intikoma told Kwekwan and my father, "This wisdom pot will not fit, and you cannot climb this tree if it's hung right in front of you. Take it back. Climb that tree." That was the day that God broke and wisdom filled the earth. And then we will have some greater impact. It falls on the next and the next, like the ripples of the waves. My people say something in Asante, let me borrow it. It is true, the wonder of the porcupine when it has projected its quills is, other ones will grow. Just on the lighter side. If we say, it simply says, when we have a source of great ideas, let us delve. 2, spread knowledge, share resources, and Africa will take its rightful place again.
Madam, so I want
Messi.
So, I'm wearing two hats today. Excellencies, members of the governing board of AFRIWOCC Advisory Council, members of the board of Samira Empowerment and Humanitarian Projects, our CEO of Clean Cooking Alliance. This session that will come after my speech is mostly virtual. Most of our participants are virtual. As you know, our conference is a hybrid one in keeping with our climate sensitivity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear students, it's an honor to open this high-level panel on clean cooking under the theme, Fueling Change, Accelerating Africa's Clean Cooking Transition. And I'm honored to do so as a global ambassador for the Clean Cooking Alliance. The issue before us today is one of the most urgent, but also one of the most solvable challenges of our time. Across Africa, nearly 900 million people still lack access to clean cooking solutions. The consequences are severe. Over 600,000 premature deaths every year in sub-Saharan Africa are linked to household air pollution, with women and children bearing the burden of this, the heaviest. Clean cooking is not simply an energy issue. It is a matter of public health, gender equality, environmental sustainability, and economic development. At the heart of this crisis are women. Across many African communities, women and girls spend hours each day collecting firewood and charcoal, often at great personal risk. This is the time that is taken away from them for valuable education, livelihoods, and innovation. Degradation. While inefficient stoves release black carbon, a powerful climate pollutant that accelerates global warming. By scaling up clean cooking, Africa can contribute significantly to global climate goals, whilst also protecting its forests and ecosystems. So there is hope. We know what works. Liquefied petroleum gas, biogas, ethanol, improved biomass stoves, solar and electric cooking solutions are already transforming lives where investments have been made. What we need now is to scale up. Experts estimate that an annual investment of a few $1 billion globally, which is a fraction of overall climate financing, could put us on the pathway to universal access. At COP28, the world pledged over $2 billion for clean cooking in Africa, but those commitments must translate quickly into action on ground. In other words, they haven't been forthcoming as it should have. AFRIWOCC has 50% of forest degradation in sub-Saharan Africa and is the leading source of black carbon emission and short-lived pollutants that warm the planet 100 times more powerfully than CO2. Therefore, by accelerating Africa's clean cooking transition, we can protect our forests, cut climate pollutants, and position Africa as a global leader in climate action, delivering impact far beyond our continent. To acceleration. The questions, therefore, that we want to ask will be, how do we unlock sustainable financing that reaches the last mile household? How do we empower women as beneficiaries, but not just as beneficiaries only, also as entrepreneurs, as innovators, and as leaders in clean cooking value chain? And how do we ensure that every household, every school, and every community in Africa can access affordable and culturally appropriate clean cooking solutions? Excellencies, colleagues, and friends, we're not starting from zero. We have the technology, the entrepreneurs, and the policy framework. What is required is political will, coordinated action, and commitment to scale. So let us leave this discussion with a renewed sense of urgency and a clear roadmap to accelerate Africa's clean cooking transition. Because success means healthier families, stronger economies, and a safer climate for all. On behalf of AFRIWOCC, I thank you for joining us for this important dialogue, and I look forward to the commitments and innovations that will emerge from this panel. I thank you very much.
I've got to borrow. In Africa. You can take a selfie. This is a fine time to take a selfie.
2 seconds are up. Thank you very much. Now we all take our seats, please. And just to remind you, dear Gen Zs, you owe me a synonym for what word? For what word? Okay, as long as we remember. Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen, as discussion in November and Senate Bank with support from the UN Resident Office in Ghana, the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Session Center, the High Commission of Canada in Ghana, Lackner Center for International Law and Justice, Martin and Everett, LLP, Dream Hunt, and Ghana Climate Innovation Center, GCIC. Ladies and gentlemen,
of what we are doing. I'm very proud because when we started, biomass use was around 80% plus. As of today, 2021, biomass has dropped to 57.7 and LPG has moved to 37.3. So it means that we are not doing bad. We know we need a political push. And I think we are getting somewhere. And partnership, GACO thrives on partnership because like I said, after the World Bank meeting, partners came together, local partners came together to form the Ghana Alliance for Clean Cooking. And after forming that, we have enjoyed a lot of partnership from international and also national level. GACO, like I said, we influence policy. We want to do research in the sector so that whatever decision we take, our decision will be informed by the outcomes of the research. On partnership, I also say that SNB recently contacted, we've been working with SNB in the past, that's the Netherlands Development Organization. They've also contacted us to expand whatever we are doing. Last year, we also worked with ENI. They also supported GACO to implement clean cooking solution in the Western region. We provided 4,000 cooking solutions for both industrial and also for household use. So I think that's what I'll say about partnership. We are growing stronger, we want to grow stronger, and we want to partner with all, so that at the end of the day, we'll see that Ghana, our desire, in fact, GACO's desire is that we want to see clean LPG and electricity being used in Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to know if there was an area we could also strengthen cooperation with partners.
Yeah, definitely there are areas we have to strengthen cooperation, like Excellency made mention, political will is a challenge. I mean, we have to make sure that a lot of money is voted for the sector. So we still have to strengthen our relationship with government. I believe we have to do evidence-based advocacy, where we come to the table with evidence, communicating to government that this is a very key sector. Women and children are dying. We need to push more money there. So for that political role to happen, GACO will have to do the advocacy. We also have to do the policy implement at that national level. And we also have to make sure that we don't just do policy, but the policy should go with implementation. So we'll strengthen our partnership there. As for the carbon market is also helping us. As I speak now, GACO is working with partners to benefit from the carbon market. We have some of our manufacturers who have benefited from the carbon market. And this is not only benefiting our manufacturers, the citizens of Ghana are also benefiting from the carbon market. Just yesterday, I read an email where a partner wants us to go and do some carbon project in the northern region. And I think this is good news. So far, the carbon project that we have done has focused so much on the south. but we have partners coming in that want us to explore other parts of Ghana. So for the carbon market, I think we'd like to strengthen our partnership in that area. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that reflection on partnerships and areas where we can strengthen cooperation. And that brings my attention to Aisha. For those of you who don't know Aisha has been also in the development space on energy. She's worked with AFDB across Africa, strengthening energy programs, clean cooking interventions, and what have you. So my question still goes to you. Having traveled the landscape, having worked with different private partners and with the bank, where has
the government sector and with some development agencies, and so far I've seen a lot of progress on all partners. I heard everyone speak on synergies, data, and these are these are issues that I've come to see that is hindering the real progress of clean cooking. It seems every group is working in isolation, whereas if there is collaboration, synergies, and more alignment, because as a development bank, their priority is different from the government agencies and different from the private sector. But the end goal, if you truly look at it, is the same. But if we could all align instead of working in silos, I think the progress will be further. So for development banks, for instance, they try to de-risk the investment for private sectors by providing concessional financing, catalytic financing, technical assistance, and making the market ready for private sector to confidently come in. For the government, they provide institutional support and policy advancement. So in Ghana, for instance, I've seen a lot of work being done in the clean cooking space, like the Carbon Credit Office that they've set up. There has been, I think, there's a specific unit for renewable energy in the energy ministry, for instance. So there's a lot of attention being brought to clean energy, which also translates into clean cooking. Then with the private sector, what I noticed was there's an appetite to invest in Africa, but understanding the landscape is quite difficult for them, and policies, although are improving, is taking a while to align in all aspects. So hearing from colleagues like Aminata speaking of the delivery unit, where there's the executive part to pull all parties and make decisions going forward or take steps forward, sounds like a brilliant idea that all African countries, I believe, should also implement, because I think she mentioned it's no longer pilot type projects you invest in, you're going beyond that. And when I was working with AFDB, what I noticed is there's still lots of countries that need the pilot